Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Cyberhack is linked to the Ukraine. So not only did she purchase a dossier that was compiled with one Russian intelligence officer, that's allegedly one of the sources that Christopher Steele used, in addition to Russian sources, allegedly, that had ties to the Kremlin, and also Papadopoulos and Flynn and Manafort and Gates and everybody. So the Steele dossier makes allegations, and who is making these allegations? Sources that include one Russian intelligence officer and officials with links to the Kremlin and Russian sources. Now, the Steele dossier is an example of colluding with Russia, based on their own definition of collusion. 2 years, they tried to prove that Trump was engaged. Trump attempted to conspire against the United States government by utilizing Russian contacts or even his direct channels to Putin in order to undermine the election. It is an absurd, ridiculous, nonsensical narrative that I have been debunking since day one. So not only did I say that Clinton would lose the election in 2015, I was right about that. I was right that there was zero evidence that Trump worked with Russia. If anything, Clinton worked with Russia. She purchased a dossier that was compiled with Russian sources, one intelligence officer. But now both Biden and Clinton are linked to the Ukraine. So let's just read this. Clinton-Ukraine collection allegations, big and incredible, will be reviewed. Trump says. So President Trump is already bringing this up. The criminality and the suspicious behavior is so widespread. You had a Clinton-inspired investigation into Trump for 2 years, and 2 years prior to that, because they began in 2015. The Mueller probe began in 2017. It ended in 2019. And you're looking at, and no collusion, no obstruction. You're looking at 4 years of basically fabricating and setting up a duly elected president and a candidate. They went after their political rivals, utilizing help from other countries. And what they did to Trump, blaming Trump for their election loss, saying that he worked with another country, is exactly what they did against him. And there's more suspicion regarding the uranium deal than anything Trump did during the election. 20% of U.S. uranium capacity was, the sale was allowed by President Obama. Obama could have vetoed the sale. He chose not to. Why is that? Why did he choose not to veto the sale? Could it have anything to do? Could it have anything to do with the fact that money flowed into the Clinton Foundation, or Bill Clinton met with Vladimir Putin? Yes, actually met with Vladimir Putin. So there are so many glaring red flags regarding the uranium sale. But I'll read you. President Trump told Fox's Hannity in a wide-ranging interview that Attorney General William Barr is handling the incredible and big new revelations that Ukraine actors apparently leaked campaign damaging information about then-campaign chairman Paul Manafort to help Clinton's campaign. Last month, Ukraine prosecutor General Yuri Lutsenko opened a probe into the so-called Black Ledger files that led to Manafort's abrupt departure from the Trump campaign. The investigation commenced after an unearthed audio recording showed that a senior Ukrainian anti-corruption official apparently admitted to leaking Manafort's financial information in 2016 to benefit Clinton, including his ties to pro-Russian actors in Ukraine to benefit Clinton. Gee, how many benefits does she have? You have friendly journalists at the New York Times. You have Ukrainian anti-corruption officials leaking Manafort's information to help Clinton. You have all of these things now. Then you have Biden, who was linked to utilizing American influence, allegedly, to help his son. So you have so many ties all over the place. And what they accuse Trump of doing, they do. All the allegations, you can pretty much assume that if they're accusing Trump, the reality is they're the ones who are guilty of what they accuse others of doing. It's like when you point a finger, you have three pointing back at you. And that's what they do all the time. I mean, we can go on forever, but here, Ukrainian law enforcement officials said earlier this month they have a slew of evidence of collusion and wrongdoing by Democrats. So William Barr, according to President Trump, Attorney General William Barr is handling the, quote, incredible and big news. William Barr investigating links between Clinton and Biden and the Ukraine. That is in this Fox News article. Clinton-Ukraine collusion. Allegations, big and credible, will be reviewed, Trump says. Greg Ree. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, Clinton's running. Let everyone know that H.A. Goodman says Clinton is running again. I was right about the Mueller report. I was right about Clinton losing in 2015. I said in The Hill, The Huffington Post, and Salon. By the way, definitely share my latest Federalist article regarding James Clapper knowing there was no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. He knew that in 2016. Also share the article prior to that. I explained the legal statute they're going to be indicted under, Comey, Strzok, and McCabe. It's the legal statute they wanted to use against Trump. The 18 statute, U.S. Code, the 371. So that's a statute that talks about if two or more people conspire to defraud the United States government, utilizing government agencies against their purpose, or utilizing them for criminal or unethical endeavors. They knew there was nothing with Trump. They didn't have any. If suspicion was enough to start an investigation, they would have started, well, they already had investigations into Clinton. Numerous ones. But they were all swept under the rug, especially the Clinton email debacle where she transferred top secret and special access program intelligence outside of the United States government. But now you have a little wrinkle into their criminality. Clinton is running again because she has to. This is perhaps the final opportunity to grab the ultimate mantle. And she can still theoretically do it, ladies and gentlemen. She could win Florida. I mean, she would lose. Trump is going to win re-election. I was saying that in 2016. I wrote in the Huffington Post in 2017. And I'll put the article in the description. Share it everywhere. Clinton 2020 is a reality. I knew that she was going to run in 2017. Okay, fine, I was wrong about the House, but you know what? You can't be right about everything. And I just thought that, Democrats would realize that they were being deceived and lied to forever. They have no intention to pass any Medicare for All bill and go into 2020 with double to triple tax collection, which is what the Mercatus study says. But theoretically, she's the only chance. Biden raised money initially recently. He's not going to raise $1 billion. Biden looks like, he's like Tales from the Crypt Biden. He looks like this, like the Botox and the plastic surgery. It's basically like the island of Dr. Moreau. He looks like some kind of creature that they created in some Beverly Hills plastic surgery factory. Clinton actually looks, even, being related to perhaps the great deceiver downstairs, she actually looks like, she looks okay for her age. She's younger than Biden and Bernie and President Trump, but she looks all right for her age. She's kind of, the one thing you could say with all the insidious and maniacal acts that she's committed, she takes care of herself. Yeah, sure, she there was the wipeout, and then, oh my God, don't bring it up. But other than that, she looks all right. Bernie, yeah, cowardly, took a dive, promoted the same myth that they used against him, but looks okay for his age. It's okay to age gracefully. That doesn't actually, if you age gracefully, you look youthful. That's what it'd be like. People who work overtime to try to look young don't look young. But if you're confident and you're happy and you're vibrant and it kind of shows through. And then if you are, you have this maniacal obsession, with obtaining power not seen since Attila the Hun, maybe that fosters you to take care of yourself like Madam Secretary. But Biden looks horrendous. His eyes, his face, the way he talks. Like when he speaks, it's like an invisible person is keeping him hostage or making him say things. He doesn't... When Trump talks about low energy, it's true. He doesn't... You don't feel like he wants to run. You feel like he just wants to relax. God, with like a Corona on the beach, he just wants to be left alone. He just wants to relax. But that's the thing. This is all a farce and a facade. Why do you think when I started saying that Clinton is the worst thing, like the worst candidate ever, the worst thing humanity ever produced, people said, oh my God, look what he's not playing ball. He's not part of the team. This H.A. Goodman, he might be a plant. He's an operative. He's a horrible human being. No, in 2015, I said she can't win. Now we're finding out there's links to Ukraine for both Clinton and Biden. Now there's a criminal probe in the Ukraine. She's breaking glass ceilings. She's the first female with criminal probes in the U.S. and the Ukraine. Yay! My God, it's a Guinness Book of World Records. How many criminal probes in different countries can you have? Clinton's probably up there. But when I said, look, this Democratic Party is not a political party. Like, they think that... I love it. I find it so adorable and cute when people are like, well, she won't make it through the primary, even if she does run. The primary is rigged. There is no political party. There is no political party. You think there's the Republicans have a political party. You think I'm a Trump supporter because I like the Republican Party? You think Paul Ryan or like Mitch McConnell, or you think I say, oh, wow, those are great? No. Jeff Flake, Mitt Romney couldn't motivate like a housefly. There's nothing motivational about any of them. Okay? Even the Green New Deal is more motivational than them. And the Green New Deal is like, the AFL-CIO is against it. Everyone's against it. But the Republicans had a primary and Trump just actually won. And they did not want him to win. He won anyway. Clinton... She realized after she lost to President Obama that the only chance that Clintons have is to actually control the political party and to control the DNC and to control media. She'll still lose again. And they will actually melt even further. The problem is Democrats and media are going to turn on them. Because at a certain point, I believe the media and Democrats are going to say, my God, we're not attaining the political power that we thought we would. My God. We have to abandon ship because we can't do Clinton 2024, 28, 2032, 2036, 2040. She's going to run again, but here's an example of why. The William Barr is looking into an investigation, looking into not only Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, Lisa Page, Sally Moyer, Kevin Kleinsmith, which is these unknown FBI agents that Christopher Wray already testified in Congress about. Which is hilarious because these are like the low-level people, and then there's one person married, Andrew McCabe, James Comey, James Baker, all of these people that you never really heard of. I mean, Comey you did, but McCabe you did, but Strzok you didn't know. Kevin Kleinsmith you didn't know. These are all the people Christopher Wray is looking at, and also William Barr. But William Barr already has a team in place. Vanity Fair had an article on that. Other people did too. Now they're looking not only at the FBI corruption, not only at Clapper and Brennan, because they tried to oust the president, and it's obvious and it's transparent, and I explained everything in my Federalist articles. And I cite the reputable sources that everyone talks about. The ODNI and DHS reports have warranty disclaimers. CrowdStrike is the only company to look at DNC servers. This thing is completely fabricated. Natalia Veselnitskaya was never interviewed by Mueller. If she was a direct link to Putin, why wasn't she interviewed by Mueller? She could have simply been asked, hey, since you're a direct link to Putin, did you ever speak to anyone in the Trump campaign? Did you actually obtain those emails with Trump's help? Or did you, try to give Trump Jr. those emails at the behest of Putin and Trump? He didn't ask those questions of Natalia Veselnitskaya. He never even interviewed her. He didn't interview Alexander Dumbo Downer. The whole thing's a farce. Anyway, don't lose sight of what's really taking place. And God bless her. We need Clinton to run because it kind of flushes out the American political system of this very bad, like, flu or, like, Arkansas cold. I don't want to say Arkansas. People of Arkansas are fantastic and wonderful. I'm just saying, like, what would you say it? This, why aren't I 50 points ahead? Like, cold. You think they're going to go with Biden? No. One look at Biden and makes, like, Bernie Sanders look like a teenager. You look at Biden and Hillary suddenly turns into, like, an Olympic gymnast. Like, Biden doesn't look okay. His face is just there's too much plastic surgery done. There's too much makeup. He's speaking like this, like, he's like this, like, Clint Eastwood, but without, any conviction and with, without any of the Clint Eastwood, charm and savoir-faire. They're looking into Ukraine connections now. And Biden is also implicated because he tried to influence people because he tried to allegedly save his son from a prosecutor by dangling the prospect of hundreds of millions of dollars in American taxpayer money. This is according to Sean Hannity and Fox and John Solomon. Check out my new AR. It's below an HA2A. Subscribe right now to HA2A, and you can see all my wonderful segments, M249, M6D. It's awesome. Check out my writing in the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, the Daily Caller. And my Patreon is below if you want to support my voice long term. Thank you so very, very much. Share this segment everywhere. Thank you.